Because taboo, we hear that word and we think, well, that can mean anything to anyone. Taboo in some cultures is one thing, and taboo in others is something else. So to continue with this idea of being personable and understanding each other, I'm going to introduce Leke.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. My name is Leke Lewu. I'm Nigerian. I was born in Japan. I was raised some in Brazil, and then I came to the States. And this is all to say that come get to know me. Come get to know who I am. I come here to Toastmasters not only to improve my speaking, but also to get to know who are you? Nice to meet you. Great to meet you. Yeah, you. Yes, great to meet you too. Josh, better be confident, bro. This is my fourth speech, and I want to be a little funny here, but I do major in sociology and Portuguese, so I also want to talk about some social structures here. One of the things that I see in different cultures, Brazil, Japan, the US, Nigeria, is this thing of culture taboo. Things that we can't really talk about. So I want to talk about these little things today. Has anyone ever played that game Taboo? That you played it? Uh-oh. Where you put up a card and you can't say, well, you can't say a word or several words, but you have to try to identify with your crowd something that they can actually say. I think that's where the game came from, taboo. Taboo, the word, actually comes from taboo, which means prohibit or forbidden. So I want to bring you in a story. Imagine me sitting at a table, and I'm about to marry this girl named Becky. And I'm there with her parents, and this is the first time I'm meeting her parents. So I have to dress like a boss, not like how I'm dressed today. And I sit there, and her father, I'm trying to get the blessing from her father, and her father is trying to tell me every single reason why I shouldn't marry his daughter. So what does he go to? He starts talking about the things that are taboo. What does he talk about? Well, first thing that's pretty taboo in our culture is talking about sex. So I was sitting there with Becky on my side. I was like, come on, girl. And he's there with his wife. And he said, you know, son, I remember when I had that talk with Becky. And Becky's sitting there, oh, Daddy, no. See, with being taboo, you have to use other words that aren't exactly the word. So he never said sex. But these are certain words that he said. I was talking about doing it. And she was blushing when I say, you know, when two people get together, honey, and they mix. Yeah, when you and your mom, Daddy, no! And he just kept on ranting on this topic of sex. And I was like, okay, well, Becky said she's a virgin, so we're okay with that. And then he got on the topic of feces, or poopy, or flatulation, AKA farting. Yes, we're at Toastmasters and we're talking about farting. What's going on? Sorry to see you, Mr. President. But what did he say? He never said feces. He said, I remember when Becky was younger, we were at church, and she stood up while the minister was preaching, and she had the audacity to say, Daddy, I need a fart. And he was just explaining how he was so embarrassed and all these things. I was just cracking up, and I was sharing some stories as well. I remember walking behind my friend, and my friend ran to the corner, and I was like, why's my friend running to the corner? And what do you have to do? You have to flatulate. and I caught him. I was like, you're nasty. But these are things in our culture that's pretty taboo. I think another thing that's taboo is Africa. I'm from Africa. I'm Nigerian. Not all Nigerians have nappy hair. Don't look at my head. But not all Nigerians have nappy hair. I've seen Nigerians with pretty slick hair. Not all Africans live in the jungle. It's pretty taboo. I hang out with some of my friends, you know what they do? They do this. They're like, that's how you dance in Africa, don't you? I was like, no, we don't. But it's pretty taboo. There are certain things in society, sociology, that aren't necessarily taboo, they're just rude. You know, when people fight about certain things that may be considered taboo, like religion or politics, even cursing, or Brazilian women. Wow, all those Brazilian women, they're beautiful. Well, not all of them, sorry. Or being beautiful. You know, you're probably about 20 years with being beautiful, and then everything just starts sagging. You know, talk to a 25-year-old, she's probably going to the gym. Talk to an 85-year-old, she's probably going to sleep. You look at her, she's not as beautiful as she used to be. But don't be rude. Don't be rude about these certain things. There are also taboo locations. There's the bathroom. Let's not talk about that. We clean the bathroom so much, but it's always going to get dirty. There's the elevator. When you get into an elevator, don't stand next to the guy who's in the elevator. Imagine a wide open elevator. Don't stand next to the guy. I actually had to do that for my class. There are also fake things that are taboo. There's a girl with the Coach bag, and there's the other guy with the Hoach bag. Or the Gucci, and that guy is wearing the Nikes. Wait, are those Nikes or Nikes? Let's not talk about those things. I think about the taboo things, we actually need to be educated about these things and start talking about them. Not being rude, but let's really be knowledgeable about the things that are actually taboo. At this time, I would like everyone to stand up and just go like this. And I just sit down. I just want to tell my mom that, man, Mom, I spoke about being taboo and everyone stood up and clapped for me at Toastmasters. Thank you very much.